Today on BladeHQ.com, we are taking a look at the Zero Tolerance 0121 collaboration between Strider and ZT, designed by Strider Knives, mixed Strider and Crew, and manufactured by ZT in the US of A. So very cool little blade. This was discontinued in 2012. However, we just bought up as many as we could get. We just got a huge batch of these in, and we got a killer deal on them. We're passing that on to you guys. The super closeout price on it is 125 bucks. Regularly $285 is the MSRP on it. But 125 bucks for a ZT, you cannot beat that. S30V steel, made in the USA, very, very nice. So I'm just gonna hit up the specs on it and tell you to buy it at BladeHQ.com. Here we go. The overall length on it is 8 inches. The blade length is 4 1/4 inches, made from S30V steel with a Tungsten DLC coating on it. Very nice kind of look there. It's got a swedge on the spine of the blade. You can see there's that jimping there. Now, as far as fixed blades go, this one kind of has a smaller handle, just feeling it in the hand. A little bit smaller as far as length goes, compared to, say, like an SE4, that sort of thing. However, in girth, kind of the whole kit and caboodle there, it feels great. I mean, that G10 scale on there is, I mean, it just feels nice in the hand. It's kind of contoured, you can see that. Now, I should mention as well, if you're looking at this on BladeHQ's website, the green in the picture and the green that you see here do not match. The green that you see here in this video is probably about as close as it's going to be. It's not a vibrant tree green like you see in our picture. I'm not sure if older versions had that kind of tree green scale on there. However, this is a very earth tone green on this scale. Let me just adjust the camera and see if I can get that. That's about what you're going to be getting. Obviously, calibration on screens is very different, but this is what I'm looking at in my screen is the color of the knife compared to what is on our website. So keep that in mind. It is not a tree green, not a bright green. It is a subdued earth green sort of feel to it, kind of a camo green. So keep that in mind as you're buying this knife. Mention that jimping. It feels good in the hand. It's got that deep index finger choil there. Index finger groove, however you want to call it. Plus, there is a cord cutter right there, which is nice. So if you do need to bust through some paracord or bust through some rope or whatever, you've got that nice indent in the blade to work with. Let me show you the blade on this side. Made in the USA, Kai patented, Kai being the parent company for ZT and Kershaw, S30V, serial number 3158 on this one. Those scales are removable, so if you want to cut down on a little bit of weight, that is an option. The weight on this one is 9.1 ounces, so it is fairly heavy, but that is kind of what you get with a fixed blade. You can see that lanyard hole there, fairly generous, fairly large, a little bit of jimping on the handle as well. Full-tang, and this is thick, folks. Let me just pull out the calipers here. Love me some calipers. Thickness on that is 0.18 inches. Thickness on the, right there at the tip, is 0.086. And then right on the other side at the grind is 0.048 inches. Let me tell you the grind on this blade. By the way, we just barely started selling the Richard Kell angle measurement tool. It's on BladeHQ's website. I'm pretty stoked about that because I've been using this in overviews now for about 6 months, and we just barely started carrying it. So BladeHQ is the official place to buy the Richard Kell grind angle, made in England. About 17.5 degrees on the grind on this knife. So if you're curious about that, 17, yeah, probably about 16 to be exact, but just to give you an idea, buy that at BladeHQ as well. Other things that you want to know, it's got this very nice Kydex sheath here. Very solid, slips in there, locks into place nicely, and then it's got, so here's something you want to know. It fits in that Kydex sheath fairly well. It's not going to fall out. Not going to fall out that way. So if you are in a tactical situation with this blade and you need it right accessible, you've got it right there. It's not going to fall out on you. I mean, I think if you started getting super intense, you might have problems as far as that falling out of the sheath, but you're watching me right here. It's not coming out of there. I mean, there's a little bit of movement, but nice thing about that is they haven't included that little strap right there. And so for sure it's not going anywhere. It's got this patented American Sportsman's deal. It's basically a tech lock on the back, but just kind of a different design. And just pull that out. MOLLE compatible, however you want to roll with it. Kind of a funky tech lock, but I think it gets the job done just as well as a tech lock. So very cool. I like it. Very nice knife, and the price on it, you cannot beat that. 125 bucks for this blade. American made S30V steel. And I think I hit all of the high points on this one. Oh, let me just give you a couple more measurements here while I'm thinking about it. I'll show it to you in the girth of the handle. There is 0.76, so 3/4 of an inch about. And compare it to a tactical clothespin, which, by the way, we just sold 100 of these on our website on April Fool's. It was kind of an April Fool's joke, but we also were selling them on the website. This is number 100 of 100. This was actually a prototype first edition run of the tactical clothespin. So you can kind of see the size comparison there just to know how big it is. As well, let me show you, let me throw this glove on really quickly and show it to you in the hand with gloves on. So there it is right there. Again, that handle, not a ton of length on it. And I have about regular sized hands. But even with gloves on, I don't feel like I don't have enough blade to grip onto and hold onto. So interesting blade shape on this one, kind of that belly there. So very cool. Kind of a modified Tanto style on that blade. You know, we were talking about this the other day as far as blade shapes go. There are so many variations that it's hard to say, okay, this is unless it's obvious that it's a Tanto style blade. It's like, okay, this is like kind of a drop point, kind of a Tanto style. So sometimes I look at blades and I'm like, well, what exactly is that, you know? Because they do make these variations on these tips on the blade shapes, and each one kind of has its own personality. This one kind of has this belly right here. Yeah, just interesting blade shapes. So a lot of times I shy away from calling it exactly, because honestly it's like, who knows what they've done here? You know, they've kind of combined a few things. I feel like that blade is kind of like that. What do you guys think? What would you call that blade shape? You tell me. Tell me. Anyway, it's got that thumb ramp right there. Very nice knife. Again, the price $125 on BladeHQ.com, and that is the place to buy it. Sorry to beleaguer you with 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes of video, but if you're looking at buying this, I hope this was helpful, and the place to buy it is BladeHQ.com. Buy it now.